Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Adam Burke from BangTheBook.com coming to you with a look at the Week 0 matchup here coming up on Saturday, August 24th between the Arizona Wildcats and the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Arizona an 11-point favorite in this one, total of 70 for this late-night degenerate special in Week 0. Over at BangTheBook.com, we've got previews for both of the August 24th games, this Arizona versus Hawaii game, and also the Florida versus Miami game. And you can check out the video for Gators versus Hurricanes right here on our Bang the Book YouTube page. We've got Bang the Book Radio returning with the daily shows on Monday. So, obviously, if you're hearing this a little bit later in the week, the daily shows have already started. But we've got great guests, professional handicappers, industry insiders, writers, lots of people that join us to break down the college football games, the NFL games. We'll talk some baseball. We'll talk NBA and college basketball along the way as well. Golf, lots of great stuff coming your way on this season of Bang the Book Radio. Hoping to incorporate some more things as we go along throughout the year as well. Over at BangTheBook.com specifically, along with the previews for these two games, on a weekly basis, we'll have our opening line reports for both college football and the NFL. We'll have power ratings in college football from myself. We'll have power ratings from Danny Vorgs in the NFL once the regular season rolls around. 58% on sides and totals from Danny Vorgs' model over the last 2 years. So you definitely want to make sure you check that out over at BangTheBook.com. We got a lot of stuff to get you ready for the seasons as well. Division-by-division breakdowns in the NFL using Danny's model for projected spreads, season win totals, all that type of stuff. And then our very talented cast of writers putting together previews for the Group of Five the Power 5 divisions in college football and the Group of 5 conferences. From a season win total standpoint, some analysis on returning production, scheduling spots, all those types of things. So great foundational work done by our talented staff over at BangTheBook.com. Make sure you check that out for college football and the NFL. We also cover golf, NASCAR, soccer, UFC, MLB. We'll cover the NHL and the NBA as those seasons get closer as well. So keep it tuned right here on our Bang the Book YouTube channel, also over at BangTheBook.com, and finally on Bang the Book Radio. So we take a look here at this Arizona versus Hawaii game. Second year for Kevin Sumlin, 5-7 straight up last year, 7-5 against the spread. You would have expected maybe something a little bit better from Sumlin, but quarterback Khalil Tate was hurt pretty much all year long. Went from 1,411 rushing yards in 2017 to 345 rushing yards in 2018. The nice thing, the silver lining in all of that, is that Khalil Tate got to develop as a passer. 26-8 touchdown interception ratio last year, a 17-12 touchdown interception ratio in 2017. So under Noel Mazzoni, did have to throw the football a little bit more, both because of the scheme and also because of the injury, but that should make him more of a true dual threat quarterback here for this season as long as he's healthy. We know he can run, we know he can scamper, we know he can extend plays, but he also developed more in the pocket last season. That should help Arizona quite a bit, although he did lose his top 4 pass catchers from last year. Now, of course, he does have running back J.J. Taylor back. J.J. Taylor could be a Heisman dark horse if Arizona does some really special things here in the Pac-12 South, but last year rushed for over 1,400 yards. Unfortunately, only found the end zone 6 times. So that'll be something that Arizona will have to work on here for this season. And they do have 4 starting linemen returning on the offensive side of the ball. One guy to watch for Arizona here as we go forward, true freshman Booby Curry, their top wide receiver recruit. He's going to have chances with some of those losses there at the wide receiver position. Now, as we look at Arizona defensively, and this has really always been a problem for the Wildcats, they've never really had a problem scoring points. Preventing the other team from scoring points has been a little bit of an issue for them. They did improve last year from 6 yards per play allowed in 2017 to 5.7 yards per play allowed in 2018. They bring back 8 starters. They had 19 interceptions last year. So there are some positive things to like about this Wildcats defense, and also almost a half yard per carry better on the defensive side. So hopefully Marcel Yates and Kevin Sumlin can get some more out of that group here this season. Now on the Hawaii side of the ledger, it's all about Cole McDonald. Playing through a lot of injuries last year, some of them pretty graphic in nature as well, as he talked about during the Mountain West media days, but completed 59% of his passes, 36-10 touchdown to interception ratio, did sag off a little bit late in the year, but those injuries kind of taking a toll at that point in time for the Hawaii signal caller. Look, they lost John Ursua, who was their top wide receiver, but Cedric Bird had 79 catches. JoJo Ward had 17 yards per reception. The cupboard is not bare here for this Rainbow Warriors offense. Also, they return all 5 starting offensive linemen. You do have to like that, even though this is a group that allowed 46 sacks last year, so they will have to protect McDonald a lot better than they did last season. One other note about the Hawaii offense here, down from 4.8 yards per carry in 2017 to 3.7 yards per carry in 2018. Now, head coach Nick Rolovich was a starting quarterback there at Hawaii, so I don't think he's necessarily worried about balance, but at the same time, you probably do want to see a little bit more from that rushing attack. On the defensive side of the ledger, Hawaii did improve last season. Half yard better per play on defense. We didn't really see it in terms of their points allowed numbers, but they were better on a per play basis. That is something that does matter, especially if they do very well in the turnover margin department here for this season, if McDonald stays healthy, and if they can find a little bit more of a running game to control the clock a little bit more, take some more pressure off of that defense. They do have a second-year defensive coordinator here in Corey Batoon, and 18 returning starters overall for the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors this season. A team that Ralph Michaels on Bang the Book Radio actually took to win the Mountain West Division here this season. So definitely want to keep a very close eye on the team from Hawaii. Now, I will say this. Last year, Hawaii 8-6 straight up, but just 5-9 against the spread. They started with 2 outright upset wins over Colorado State and Navy as a double-digit dog. After that, perception just didn't match reality for Hawaii as they went just 3-9 against the spread over their last 12 games. So keep that in mind here. If they're able to pull the outright upset in this game, we may see a repeat of what happened last year with Hawaii's perception just not matching their talent level, and they could wind up being a pretty good fade team over the remainder of the season from an ATS standpoint. As far as my thoughts on this game specifically, my power ratings that I did in the month of July and that I will tweak here over the next week at BangTheBook.com did have this game Arizona minus 11.5. So I don't have a strong play from a power rating standpoint, but I would lean Hawaii here. It's very hard to lay double digits early on in the season with an Arizona team that didn't even make it to a bowl game last year. Yes, they should be better in year 2 under Kevin Sumlin, but we still have to see what Khalil Tate does, if he can be that dual threat guy. And also, this is an Arizona defense that still allowed 5.7 yards per play. Hawaii threw for over 300 yards per game last season. These two teams should be able to move up and down the field a little bit, maybe a lean towards the over 70 on the total. But a long trip for Arizona here with a porous defense. I don't think Hawaii has as big of a home field advantage as a lot of people out there in the market believe, but I still lean with the Rainbow Warriors here, plus 11 in this one. I don't think this is a great spot for betting either team, but I do think both teams, as the season goes along here, are play-on teams. So my hope would be that this game winds up Arizona winning by 10, by 11, maybe by a touchdown, something like that. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing that creates a big ripple in the marketplace, because I like where I have these two teams power rated. I think that there could be some value on them as we go forward here throughout the 2019 season. I'm Adam Burke for BangTheBook.com.